Today's a little bit different with mid-Atlantic weather. I just want to share with you what I think is going to happen time-wise on this effects of the tropical storm. It'll come up, and I'll show you what I think path-wise it looks like. I figured I'd draw this, so we'll see how this goes. So what I think the storm's going to do is it's going to come up in this area and come and slip off the coast here. And then what it does here is a little bit interesting. The low pressure system or the tropical storm is going to be off on the East Coast. And what it may do is just stall out. And it could stall out for a bit. The question is where? Does it stall down here? Does it move up into this region and stall? Does it even go out further to the east, which you can't see here and stall? Where it stalls is going to be a big question, and it will have a huge effect. There's a high pressure system way up here to the north. It's off the screen, but what it's doing is it's going to block, because it extends out in the ocean, the ability for this low pressure system to just escape northeast. It also creates a gradient, so that's going to increase winds along the coast, and there's going to be some beach erosion, definitely, situations, probably all the way from New York, New Jersey, all the way down into the upper part of the Outer Banks. So there's a lot to deal with as far as just the coastal effects with some of the storm surge, some of the other pieces that are there, and definitely something that will go on. I don't think, like originally there was some thoughts that the low pressure system was going to, or the tropical storm may come up and do something like this. But what happened, why that didn't happen and what the models missed, was a forward acceleration of the tropical system itself. It ended up moving faster, and because it ended up moving faster, it was able to go and be captured in some of the winds before the high pressure system was able to establish itself and block the low's advancement north and east. So that is why. So now, instead of the effects lasting Saturday night into Sunday from the initial part of the system, we're going to see the effects of just the low sitting off the East Coast, which is going to cause some breezy conditions from Saturday afternoon, evening into Sunday and all the way into Monday along the coast. Where do I think the worst rain's going to be? It's going to be along the coast here. I think the eastern shore may also get into it. 3 to 6, with some areas maybe seen a little bit more. Probably especially along the eastern shore here and wherever it stalls. 3 to 6 though is probably the max. It quickly drops off back here, and then probably even going southwest, more like this. Really, this could be like 1 to 3 inches. That heavier rain band. It's kind of hard to see from all this the drawing, but basically, I think then you get kind of a heavier rain band to go back like this, which may be more like the 4 to 8, probably in this area. 4 to 8, maybe some areas seen as much as 10 inches of rain. I'll show that on the graphic from the National Weather Service's Weather Prediction Center for the rain things. Once you get past the 95 and kind of this region here, you're not going to see a lot of rain. There'll be some enhancement just because of the orographic effect, or the upslope of the mountains here. You could see some showers back in this way. But in general, once you get past here, just light rain. Possible Saturday afternoon, evening, and it even moves up into Pennsylvania. Kind of northwest, west of Jersey, and then north and west. So the good news is it doesn't seem like it's going to be as big of a flood threat or wind threat for most of Virginia. How strong will the winds gust? Right along the coast, that's where you're going to see some tropical storm force winds, and as well as into the bay, just because of the miss of any of the friction from the land masses. You should see winds 30 to gusting up to over 50 miles per hour. So there's tropical storm warnings in this region. Makes total sense. And then you're just going to see some higher winds. You'll probably see wind advisories go up. Possibly even some high wind warnings right up along the counties that border up against the coastal regions. So we're going to see that again. This is going to be tomorrow night. Rains could start into any areas starting this evening and overnight. As this the tropical system comes northeast, and then we'll see things change and go downhill in essence weather-wise tomorrow. But realistically, as far as rain goes, anything is more east of 95. We'd see rain, and then as you get close to the coast, that's where you're going to get the bigger effects of the storm. Could the storm shift a little further west? It's possible, and here's why. The low pressure system itself is going to go through some transformation from a tropical into like a combined tropical system and a nor'easter type of storm, and that could actually bring more rain further west. That's hard to predict by the models. We'll see how that transition or transformation happens. If it does, a little more rain to the west could occur, and I wouldn't be 100% surprised if that does happen, but right now I'm just going to say it's more likely east. So maybe I was even a little more bullish than the Weather Prediction Center is on rainfall amounts. As you see in this legend here, 0 to 2 inches in the white. I mean, again, if we were to go back and look at where I think the rains will fall, most of that heavier, even up to 2 inches, is really going to be east of 95, and it's going to be closer to the coast. Then you get the 2 to 4, and then you do see the 4 to 6 along the eastern shores I mentioned before, and then of course we get the more prolific rains down here in North Carolina. Some of the heavier rains may stretch a little further west, at least in my thinking, than this, but we'll see how the radar fills and if that's true. They seem to think more east, and that's fine. And here just gives you the whole gradient of the different rain bands that they see, quickly going in and escalating from the quarter or tenth to quarter inch all the way up to these heavier amounts right along the coast. You can see as the storm stalls here off the east coast, look at how crazy prolific those rains would be if they were to possibly jostle a little west. Hopefully they do not. I'm just saying that's a little interesting. And then you see the 6 to 7 inches and the coastal rains. As I said, it was the heavy rains may stretch back a little bit, maybe 1 to 3, 3 to 4. I think could actually occur up in this region, but we'll see. The storm is moving a little faster than I thought originally, so that's probably why I should lower my thinking. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update on Hermine, tell you what I think effect-wise would happen in the Mid-Atlantic region. And I hope that was helpful. And anyway, sorry for the screen size there. But anyway, that's what I think.